Hey friends, here's your little fun factoid. Did you know this is one of an amplifier that I picked up with some trades and some other gear, and this is a HB-140 Penetrator amateur bilinear. And just so happens I came over to Jim's house today. This is Jim. Remember Jim? And the fun fact is Jim actually was a part of manufacturing these many years ago. And it says amateur bilinear, Jim. Like, there's my finger. Because a lot of people say it looked like a regular little CB, kicker and stuff. But tell me what you think about, or what about this? You said you hand wound transformers in there.
Yep, I pretty much built the toroids on these.
What year was that?
1974, 75.
And that was like the business of the Penetrator amps, or
That was one of the things. They were Amcom, which was the company that made this, was basically did this to fund their research of the first synthesized amateur 2-meter radio. And actually, my father designed the first 2-meter synthesized radio in the market.
Wow.
It was the Amcom S225. And
if you remember an Amcom S225, comment below, because that was Jim's dad.
Yeah. But this was basically the funding source that paid for the engineering for the...
How much did they sell for back in the day?
If I remember right, we sold these to the distributor like $75 a unit. They sold them for like $150 to the shops. In the shops, I think they were running about $300 a unit.
Wow. So what's it's very discreet inside. There's not much to it.
It's simple.
Those are two MRF 455s.
Right. Basically a simple push-pull. I think it's Class AB amplifier, 2 to 30 meg. The early versions did not have any filtering to restrict them to amateur band only.
So the later models did.
Later models had filtering on the bottom in this pocket here, and you'd have to manually select what band you were going to operate on.
Mm-hmm.
And really very basic. This was a 140. There was a 150 that had a remote control head that sat up front. And then there was, I believe, one other model, maybe a 120, that was, if I remember right, just didn't have the receiver preamplifier on it. It was strictly just an HF amp.
Right. And what were you saying in the front? A Smith trigger?
Basically, what they're using is Smith's trigger in here to sense the RF. And then, depending on if you're on AM or sideband mode actually added delay so that the
relay wouldn't chatter all the time,
yeah,
right?
would stay fired up for, I forget how many seconds. There was a delay before it would let go of the relay.
And
just a basic receiver preamplifier on the receive side.
And so you said your mom made the boards?
My dad designed it. My mother did the PC board layout, and then myself and a handful of others actually did the construction.
So you think you actually wound that 40 years ago?
I did about 90% of those.
Wow. It's a blast from the past, huh?
Yep.
When's the last time you seen one?
30 years ago.
Well, no, it's not for sale, but it's a cool little piece to add. This is a little fun factoid here on HamRadioConcepts.
It's not leaving my house,
Oh, I got some other stuff to do.